Welcome back to the Daily 5 Podcast. It's your host, Rainy Cage, and today I wanted to talk about all that good Star Wars, The Last Jedi news that dropped last week, thanks to EW. I'm not really going to go into spoilers. All this was released in the magazine, but I wanted to just go through it real quick, talk about it, and if you don't want to know anything about The Last Jedi, then you probably shouldn't listen to this, but I'm not going to go into I'm not going to really go into spoiler territory. I'm just going to be talking about this article, basically. First of all, we get a look at Snoke's elite guard. I guess they're called the Praetorian Guard. I don't know if I'm saying that right. But they look a lot like the Emperor's Imperial Guard, but have that kind of a samurai look to them. And I know in the article they said that these are kind of like the Emperor's Guard, but that they are going to see a little more combat, because it didn't ever look like the Imperial Guard ever really did anything. They were kind of just there for looks. But they look pretty cool. I'm a fan of the look. I'm wondering why they look like the Imperial Guard, but we'll have to wait and see on that one. Next up, we're going to talk about how what is going on with Luke and Rey on that island, and how things are turning out. It basically talks about how Rey meets her hero, and it's not what you would think. Because sometimes when you meet your heroes, it's not all good. And Luke apparently does not want to train her, does not give her the warmest reception when he first sees her, which will be very interesting. It does look like he eventually gives in and does train her, but that was pretty interesting. Another tidbit we got off of this stuff is that Snoke is going to be a completely performance capture character. I know we had heard in the past that maybe he was a giant puppet or something that had multiple people working on him, but I guess that's not true, because Rian Johnson came out and said that Snoke is completely performance capture, which is going to be pretty interesting to see. Andy Serkis didn't get a whole lot of screen time in The Force Awakens, so I'm interested to see more of him in The Last Jedi. We get some details on Finn and Rose and how they're going to have a relationship, about how Finn is kind of regarded as a hero of the Resistance now because of what he's done, but he doesn't really want to be in that Resistance. He's trying to get away, and he gets caught up with this Rose character who maybe is going to help him understand how he needs to stick around and not jet off to the outer rims. We learned about the creatures on the island with Luke. Apparently there's these things called porgs, which are based, I guess, when they were filming on the island. There's some kind of little penguin things there, and so that's what gave them the idea. They look very penguin-like, but furry, got big old eyeballs, so I'm sure they're there to sell toys. But who knows, they could be horrible, they could be cute. Apparently they're puppets. So I'm open to it. We shall see. And then there's these other creatures on the island called let's see, I forget what they're called. The caretakers, I guess. The caretakers. Anyways, they look like kind of like weird little frog people in cloaks. Apparently they're not a fan of Luke either. They don't really like him, so that'll be interesting to see the dynamic there. I know we also get some information about Leia and how her and Poe are going to have a relationship in The Last Jedi, and how it's going to be sad because it's going to be her last film, and that maybe she's going to be Poe, maybe going to try and make Poe a better person, better than Han was, and maybe turn Poe into a leader. So that'll be interesting to see. We also learn about Benicio del Toro's character DJ. A lot of people were speculating that he might be some kind of Sith person or evil person. DJ was code for Dark Jedi or something like that. But really, apparently, he's just kind of in the middle, in it for the money, and is kind of like a not really good or evil kind of character. So that's pretty interesting. And then finally, let's talk about how apparently we are going to learn a lot about Rey and Finn's family history. Not everything about Rey is what he said, but that we will learn more about why maybe Rey was left on that island. And apparently she's going to have to use her past to help her train. So that's pretty interesting, because I know that's like the most pressing question for everybody is, who are Rey's parents? And I hope they have something really interesting planned for us. And yeah, that's about it that stuck out to me in the article. There's a lot there. I'm ready for another trailer. I hope we get one soon, because we'll be breaking that down like crazy when that comes out. But for now, that's all we got. Until next time, this is Rainy Cage. Peace out.